The mother of convicted drug smuggler Schapelle Corby says her daughter will continue to fight to prove her innocence when she's released. The Indonesian government has cut 5 years from her sentence, and Mark Sulo spoke with Rosalie Rose. Mark, there's been a mixture of emotions.
Well, I think Schapelle's mum is both elated and wary, cautious about what's still to come in the justice system and the scales of justice. She, of course, has had potentially good news shattered before, and no matter what you think about the case, I believe it's fair to say that that family has been through its own particular brand of hell. Now, with 5 years cut off the sentence, a further 2 years already announced for good behaviour, it's believed that Schapelle will be able to appeal for parole. And that wave of emotion that involved rolled through the family today, and it was clear when I spoke to Rosalie Rose this morning. It's a strange sign of hope. A house surrounded by the media. Inside, an excited but slightly worried mum daring to wish it to be true.
We just hope that she will be home in July, August this year.
She had not yet heard confirmation of the 5 years sentence cut, but Australia's Foreign Minister later announced it and backing for a parole application.
If they choose to do that, then we're likely to support it.
But during any parole, Corby may have to remain in Bali with her sister Mercedes.
We'll be happy with anything. If she gets parole, she can stay in Bali or here.
Are you a little elated, a little excited?
Yes, I am, but I don't want to get overexcited because we've been kicked in the guts so many times.
Schapelle's mother wants to thank those who've supported her battle through a website called Expendable TV. It exposes what the family believes are police and government lies during the case.
When we know there's good people out there, but there's a bloody lot of rotten people as well, but the good overrule the bad.
She also spoke of Schapelle's mental health and how she's growing stronger.
Oh, when she got really sick, she went back into a child. I think that was the only way to cope.
And reiterated her pleas of innocence.
She is innocent, and when she comes home, she'll be still fighting for her innocence, to prove her innocence.
But first, if it happens, there's one other very simple thing a mother wants to do for her daughter.
Take her to the beach, Chugan Beach, so she can get the sand between her toes and have a swim.
That may now be very much closer. Schapelle has now served nearly 8 of her original 20-year sentence, and throughout most of that time there's been a lot of conjecture about her health, and it's been very worrying to the family and her sister Mercedes, who lives in Bali and has been visiting nearly every day. She was there again today and was grateful for the Indonesian action.
Our family would like to thank the Indonesian president. We now hope to get more information on possible clemency, possible parole for Schapelle, and yeah, we hope that we'll have positive news on that soon.
Mercedes isn't very hopeful, I'm afraid, that she'll be able to get everything that she needs to get done for a release by August. So, unfortunately, it's a cliche, but in this case, time will tell.
It certainly will. Thank you, Mark Sulo. And now we go to Hamish McDonald, who is in Denpasar. And Hamish, what's the latest on Schapelle's possible release?
Well, I can actually bring you some really intriguing details that have just emerged in the last few hours in relation to this case. Now, the federal government, as you know, has been saying all day that there was no deal. There was no agreement to swap prisoners between Australia and Indonesia. But what I can tell you tonight is that there was, in fact, a meeting that took place here in Bali on the 25th and 26th of April, so within the last month. At that meeting were senior Australian and Indonesian diplomats, and they discussed two things. They discussed the Schapelle Corby clemency appeal, and they also discussed the cases of Indonesian minors held in adult prisons in Australia. So it may be that there was no formal deal or agreement, but they have certainly been discussing these two matters concurrently, and it does make the fact that these decisions have emerged within days of each other very intriguing indeed.
Thank you, Hamish McDonald, with the latest there from Denpasar.